Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. I'm Tori Verber-Salazar, District Attorney for San Joaquin County, and today my office has filed charges against the defendant. Just for procedural purposes, I'll be making an initial statement, and then I'll ask Liliana to come up and also read a statement in Spanish for us as well. And then Josh will also be up here, Jackson from ATF, to give a statement, and then we'll take a few Q&As. The defendant has been charged with the following: 3 counts of murder, 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon, 1 count of possession of ammunition by a felon, in regards to 3 of the victims at this point. That is Jonathan Hernandez, 21, who was killed on August 30th. Juan Cruz, 52, killed on September 21st. Lawrence Lopez, 54, killed on September 27th. There are 2 more murder victims in an attempted murder. We will be making further charging decisions in relation to those cases in the next coming weeks. As you know, this investigation is moving rapidly. Saturday morning at 1:30 a.m., we brought the suspect into custody. It's been a short window of time for us to process all of the information and evidence we have, but we are working around the clock. We charged the cases today because we believe we have sufficient evidence to pursue these charges and prove them beyond a reasonable doubt. We are also confident that additional charges will be added. We would like to remind the public that this investigation is ongoing, and in no way does our charging determination today end or conclude this investigation. We have more work to do. We are still dedicating valuable resources to uncovering the truth and to hold this defendant accountable. My office has been in communication with the families. I had the privilege of meeting them this afternoon. Each of these families and their victims, their loved ones that they have lost, we will continue to support them through this very difficult process. I offer my sincere condolences. No family should have to endure what they are currently going through. I understand that the public is searching for answers, just like these families. Please know we will not be able to share certain pieces of information in order to maintain the integrity of the case and ultimately ensure justice is obtained for these grieving families. Per Stockton Police Department, officers arrested the defendant approximately 1:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. This was an individual law enforcement had identified as a person of interest due to their investigative skills, hard work, and dedication to public safety, and through the assistance of information from the community, they were able to make a determination. Based upon the pattern of behavior that they witnessed, they were able at that time to arrest the suspect in this case. A firearm was found in the defendant's possession of a similar caliber of the weapon used in the 5 homicides here and the 6th in Oakland. Police quickly shared the gun with ATF, and the amount of work that they did in partnership with us is amazing. We can confirm with high confidence the same gun was used in the 3 homicides that I'm charging you with today. There are some people who are just simply too dangerous to share the streets with you and I. Rest assured, my administration will prosecute the defendant to the full extent of the law to ensure the safety of our community and other communities like ours who may have been victimized by this defendant. I would like to extend my gratitude to the men and women of the Stockton Police Department. The capture of the defendant would not have been possible without the countless hours and investigative skill shown by the department. Thank you, Chief. Deputy Chief Nance, Lieutenant Brad Burrell, Captain Lane, PIO and Detective Joey Silva, and so many others worked on this case, hundreds of people, and particularly those officers and partners in law enforcement that were on the street fighting and figuring out this crime. knocking on doors, accumulating evidence, you name it, they did it. And so I can't name them all because it's in the hundreds, but please know that each and every one of them is appreciated by not only me and my office, but this entire community. So thank you, Chief, for the work that you've done here. To our fellow law enforcement partners across this county and across the state and at the federal level, including ATF, who generously donated an additional $25,000 to the reward and provided amazing resources for us to ensure that this suspect would be in custody in a swift amount of time. To the Bureau of Investigations for answering the call of SPD and assisting in the tip line, investigative resources, and all the hours brought forth, including our partnership with the sheriff. To the prosecuting attorneys in this case, Chief Deputy District Attorney Robert Himmelblau, Supervising District Attorney Caitlin Casey, and Deputy District Attorney Elton Grau, for their dedication and around-the-clock response to this crime and every other crime that we fight every day. In particular, I want to thank the public. Stockton heard the call, and the residents of this great city answered. Hundreds of tips a day came through the hotline. This case is a prime example of why trust in law enforcement is so crucial to public safety. We trusted law enforcement, and law enforcement trusted the community, and together that trust led to the arrest and apprehension of this defendant. We simply cannot protect our communities without support from our community. And we are grateful to everyone who provided tips that led to this arrest and now the prosecution. We are grateful to all. As the district attorney here, it is my job to ensure the integrity and the ethics and the professionalism of this case. As so, today we'll be providing you with information. Going forward, we'll update you as to additional charges that may be coming forward. And at that point, we'll be limiting the amount of information that we can release to the public in order to ensure that we're not trying this case in the public forum, but instead in a courtroom where it belongs. So I ask for your patience and understanding in knowing that going forward, we will be limiting the ability to share information.